All right, y'all. So I am back with an alteration. Now, what you're looking at is a pair of jeans that I have that I absolutely love that I can no longer zip up. I don't know, a year passed and my fupa got bigger. So this is kind of ridiculous. I love these jeans. I have to wear them again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure that distance where I can't zip them up. I'm going to measure that distance. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a godet I'm going to create a godet on each side of the pants to give me space, enough room so that I'm able to zip these pants up. See, I can't even zip these up, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a godet on each side. It's going to give me the space that I need so that I am able to zip these pants up and be able to wear them again. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a pattern, my godet. I'm going to create a pattern. The distance that I measured where I couldn't zip my pants up, I believe I measured 7 inches. So that means I'm going to distribute that 7 inches on each side of the side seam of my pants. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to make a paper pattern first and then cut it out of fabric. So what you see me doing now is I'm just drawing lines, just getting it ready. And I just want to kind of show you the pants. So I'm going to take my, and I'm just putting the white paper up under there so you can kind of see, the distance from the waist down to the zipper, because that's how much space that I need to allow, because I need a little bit more room in my hip area too. So from the waist down to where the zipper is about 6 inches. So that's how long I'm going to make the godet. So I need 3 inches on each side, and the godet needs to be at least 6 inches long. All right, so I just drew a straight line across. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold my paper in half just so I can have even lines. And I am going to draw a line again so that I can have just straight lines. Now, after I draw that line, what I'm going to do is on each side of that line, I'm going to measure 1.5 inches plus seam allowance of 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing to the other side. And then I'm just going to connect those lines to make a V-shaped godet. So you'll see I'm at the, I measured from the top line down 6 inches, because remember my godet needs to be about 6 inches long. And I'm measuring 1/2 inch plus, I'm sorry, 1.5 inches plus my seam allowance, which is 1/2 inch. And I'm going to do the exact same thing for the other side. So the total width of this godet is going to be 3.5 inches plus my seam allowance. All right, so one thing that I forgot to mention is when you're making your godet and you're making it for a pair of pants with a waistband that folds on itself, because I'm going to have to open up the waistline and, unpick it and unfold it, because the waistline folds down on itself, so it's self-faced. So I forgot to accommodate that extra space. So instead of it being a length of 6 inches, when I open up my waistband, it's an additional 2 inches. So what I did is in making this godet, I had to actually remake it, and I had to add a length, an additional 2 inches. So the total width for this godet is going to be 3.5 inches by 8 inches long. All right, so I went ahead and I added the seam allowances for this godet and cut it out. Now I'm ready to get my fabric and cut it out in the fabric. Okay, so now that I've cut out my godet, made the pattern for it and everything, I really lucked up, because y'all, I found in my scrap, I found some stretch denim camel fabric. I mean, it pairs well with the godet for these pair of pants. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take my godet and I'm going to cut 2 pieces out of this fabric and get it ready to, I'm going to get ready to go ahead and unpick my side seams and get ready to sew this godet in. Okay, so now I am just, I'm unpicking my side seam, unpicking the waistband. I'm unpicking the waistband probably about, I don't know, about 3 inches. No, probably about 4, more like 4, 5 inches away from that side seam. Now this is the part right here where the waistband, where it's at the side seam. I'm just going to cut it in half. And remember earlier I told you that the waistband, it folds down on itself, so it's self-faced. So this is where the additional 2 inches came in. So once I unpicked the side seam, cut the waistband, now I have it all open and it's ready for me to sew my godet on. So again, I'm just measuring that extra 2 inches that I had to let out from the waistband. So now what I'm doing is I took the godet and I've placed it right sides together to the pants and just pinning it on, and I'm going to get this ready to be sewn. So after I finish pinning this on, I'm going to take it over to my sewing machine and I'm going to pin it down. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to pin it down to the other side and sew it. So this is just me just sewing one side of it down. I'm going to take it back over to my table, and I am going to, so I'm right here, I'm just turning the pants inside out, and I'm taking the other side and pinning it right sides down to that side. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've sewn the other side down. So I am done with that. I'm finished sewing the godet in on one side of the pant. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my waistband, that extra 2 inches that I had to let out. I'm going to fold it back down and I'm just going to top stitch everything. So that looks really good. This jean, the jean fabric that I use, it's matching up very well with the camel of my pants. So what I'm doing now is I'm just, I folded the waistband back on itself, and I just need to go and take it over to my sewing machine and stitch it back down. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing to the other side. Actually, I've already done the exact same thing to the other side, and it looks good. I can't wait to try these on. Now what I'm doing is I'm done. I'm just giving it a really good press. Taking that seam allowance on that waistband, folding it under 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to fold the waistband back down on itself, give it another nice little press, and take it over to my sewing machine and stitch it down. Now look at me, y'all. I can fit my favorite jeans, one pair of my favorite jeans. I can fit them again. I am so happy. Look, I can zip these pants up. Yes. All right, so here, this is me in the mirror showing you up close and personal. I am so happy I can fit my pants again. Look how well that matched up. That camo matched up. I did my thing on these. Yes, I did. So listen, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Like all that. And I'll see you in my next one. Peace.